Hello, everyone. It's Craig here at Magic Kingdom with another Disney dining review. And today I am eating an interesting meal. As you can see, I am standing right out front of Tomorrowland Terrace because right now, at least for a little bit here, maybe just during the holidays, maybe a little bit beyond, they are serving selections from Columbia Harbour House. Columbia Harbour House now for a long time has been being utilized as part of the extended queue for Peter Pan's flight, which makes it impossible for that restaurant to open, which is sad. It's one of my absolute favorites. Maybe not the food necessarily, but the atmosphere inside. But yeah, now they've opened up Tomorrowland Terrace to serve some of the food there. So I am going to go ahead and try it. I'm going to place my mobile order here and get going, and we'll see what I choose and what I go with. I am now sitting down here at the Tomorrowland Terrace. I have my headphones in because it is the only way I'm going to get a decent audio here. It is so noisy. The chairs here are all very heavy, so it is the sound of chairs dragging, and then with the roof over top of this entire area, it's just like a giant echo chamber, and everyone here is screaming. So I apologize for the look of the headphones in. It's very weird for me. I'm not used to eating a meal with headphones in, but I'm just going to have to do that, or this will not come out even at all a little bit. So they basically do have pretty much everything that you could expect from Columbia Harbour House. They have the lobster roll, they have the trio of fried foods, the shrimp, the fish, the chicken. It's all there. No healthy, lighter option like salmon. That is not on the menu over here. So I'm guessing they are basically like, okay, well, we're utilizing the fryers that are here and available. And then lobster roll, we just need to have cold lobster storage. Again, French fries, hush puppy, stuff like that just utilizes fryers. So that's why it's able to work here. And I will say it is insanely popular. There are so many people eating here. There's a ton of seating, which that also helps. And they've basically eliminated most of the relaxation station that currently was here before because they need it for the Columbia Harbour House food. So I ended up going with the lobster roll for $15.99. Comes with one side, and I chose hush puppies. It was requested of me to have the hush puppies, so I'm more than happy to oblige with that. And the lobster roll is pretty sad. It's not the saddest one that I've ever seen from Columbia Harbour House. I know a couple of years back when Steve Porter ate here and did a review of Columbia Harbour House in the actual location, he had the most ridiculously large piece of romaine lettuce on his actual sandwich, and it was just hilarious. It was more lettuce than anything else. And mine is close to doing that, but it's not, there's a lot of lettuce there. There's a lot of bun, but then there is still a decent amount of lobster chunk. But at the same time, there is not nearly enough lobster chunk on this thing for $15.99. There is, it's substantial pieces of lobster and not a lot of mayo and onion and celery in there. So I will say there is a good amount of lobster right there, but it's still a pathetic amount at the same time. So I guess I shouldn't really start judging this thing, though, until I take a bite, because it could be amazing, and I'll say, you know what, it's worth not having that extra little bit of lobster. So here goes nothing.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I am a few bites into this thing, and it's not the worst lobster roll I've had, but it's also not the best. Pretty much like I assumed, the lobster, there's not enough on there. It's not bad lobster. It's And the sauce that's on it, mayonnaise-based sauce, it's not like overpowering it at all. But most of the taste from the sandwich is actually coming from the buttered bread. That's where the majority of the flavor is coming from, and then it's just a light hint of actual lobster on there. And honestly, the romaine, there is too much of it. I'm not going to even beat around the bush about it. There's way too much romaine, but I think they have to put that much on there so they can really try to hide the fact that there's really not that much lobster on the sandwich. It's a cheap cop-out, in my opinion, to do that, but I get why they're doing it. Yeah, it's just right now, halfway through it, it doesn't seem like it's worth the price at all. I would rather pay the ridiculous like $8 or $9 for the lobster roll you can get at Epcot during one of the food and wine festivals. But yeah, I don't know. Let me keep chewing, and I'll get to the bottom of this. I am so sad on my very next bite that I just took. As soon as I took the bite, I wasn't holding the sandwich correctly, and I lost so much lobster just on my arm and on the ground. Yeah, sad days. Before I give you my final analysis on the lobster roll, I want to dig into these hush puppies. They give you 6 hush puppies, and I don't know what to eat with the hush puppies. Anytime I've ever had them at a beach location, I feel like it's always come with a remoulade of sorts. And here, my options are mayonnaise, mustard, barbecue sauce, ketchup. I think that's about it. So I don't know what to eat these with. I don't know if I'm just supposed to eat them as they are. I'm going with that method, and hopefully they're tasty. But there are 6 of them, so definitely substantial as a side portion, unlike the lobster roll itself. But these will help balance out the entire meal. Maybe it'll get it up to that $15.99 price point. But here goes nothing. I'm pleasantly surprised by the hush puppies. I really like them. They're, fried nice and crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. That nice flavor and semi-texture of corn going throughout it. Just really, really buttery as well, too. It's just a nice little side dish. And for some reason, it just doesn't feel as unhealthy as fries, even though there's no redeeming quality to it, I believe. And, the fried nature of it makes it taste really similar to the coating that was on top of the corn dog nuggets over at Casey's. So it's almost like a trip down memory lane in that aspect too. So I'm actually digging the hush puppies more than the lobster roll itself. But I'm gonna finish these up while they're still warm, and then I will give my final analysis on my Columbia Harbour House, Tomorrowland Terrace, Tomorrowland Harbour House meal experience. I just wrapped up with my meal, and I'm very conflicted. I think just based on what I had, and based on watching Steve's review of the lobster roll 2 years ago at Columbia Harbour House, I think the food is probably pretty much spot on to what they were serving over in the restaurant. I mean, with the fried foods, it's not really that hard to screw up. It's just fried foods. So I feel like that's easy enough to convert over to this restaurant. And then the lobster roll, again, is an easy change over here. All they need to do is keep that lobster cold because it is served cold on the warm bread. It's all easy enough. So I think if you're looking for that fix of any of those limited menu items from Columbia Harbour House, this is a great place to come to so you can get that fix since it's been closed for so long. That being said, the experience of sitting here and eating at Tomorrowland Terrace is just absolutely horrendous. It is so loud. I'm here specifically for this review, but if I wanted to take a break in the middle of the day to have a meal where I wanted it to be somewhat, just moderately quiet and relaxing, this is not the place for it. It is just loud and noisy. It is one of the worst environments for enjoying a meal that I've ever had at Walt Disney World. Again, the dragging of chairs, the echoing of announcements, even the echoing of music, and everyone screaming here. It is just so much. And it's a shame because it has one of the best views of the entire hub area that you can find here at Magic Kingdom. So you want to enjoy it for the view, but everything else just completely ruins it. So the greatest thing that I can hope is that this is just limited time while it's busy, and they're not going to do this forever, and sooner than later they can get back to opening up Columbia Harbour House. But while Peter Pan's Flight has such a long line, they need that restaurant to be utilized as part of that queue. So that also makes things kind of difficult. But I would love to see Columbia Harbour House be able to open up and start doing its thing over there. Even though it would be all inside seating, that's part of it too. It would be all inside seating over there. But I would rather it just be done right over there than so poorly over here. And again, not poorly on the food. The food, I feel like, is very equivalent, if not the exact same that you would be having if you were over at Columbia Harbour House. It really just comes down to the noise and the environment of being here. But that's just my complaint. If you think I'm crazy, please let me know. But yeah, this is right now. I don't know when this is ending, but for the time being, at least, it is here from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. That is the time that is open here at Columbia, here at Tomorrowland Terrace, a taste of Columbia Harbour House. So that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you think I was crazy for what I got here and I should have went with something like the trio platter of fried foods, then please tell me in the comments below. I still have lots of restaurants to hit in the future. Pecos Bill, Sleepy Hollow, refreshments. So I have a long list, but if there's another restaurant that you want me to eat at sooner than later, please let me know in the comments as well, so I can add that to my list of places to go. And then, of course, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Please like this video. And as well, please make sure you are subscribed to our channel here so you get all of the new Disney dining reviews into your YouTube feed. Or, yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. We have so many scripts for the end that I feel like I'm losing my mind sometimes. But if you need help planning your next Disney vacation, of course, Dreams Unlimited Travel. You let one of the experts at Dreams Unlimited Travel help you plan the perfect Walt Disney World vacation. And of course, supporting Dreams Unlimited Travel means you are supporting the Diz Unplugged, the Diz, Disney Dining, all of our offshoots. So again, if you need help in getting a free, no obligation quote, head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. So I'm going to wrap this up now because it's so loud and noisy. I can't think anymore. I just need to get out of this environment. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon with another Disney dining review. Bye-bye.